A bill to overhaul telecom regulation in Mexico recently passed through the Senate, backed by the ruling Morena party. The proposed legislation, introduced just a few days ago, aims to dramatically change the government's role in broadcasting and digital media. If it secures approval from the Chamber of Deputies, it will likely reach President Claudia Sheinbaum's desk in short order. This reform was introduced amid concerns over foreign propaganda after U.S. anti-immigration campaigns airing on Mexican airwaves. President Sheinbaum has expressed her desire to ban such ads, labeling them discriminatory and racist. However, the ruling party has been planning an update to telecom laws since at least last year, when President Sheinbaum announced the creation of the new Digital Transformation and Telecommunications Agency, ATDT. Critics worry that this proposal might pave the way for government censorship. It is essential to recognize that the reform addresses more than just foreign media issues. Advocates argue it aims to close Mexico's digital divide, where 46.8% of the population lives in poverty and many rural regions lack digital infrastructure. It follows Congress's decision to eliminate the previous telecom regulator as part of a strategy to dismantle independent agencies. So, what does the telecom bill include? According to Access Partnership, a consultancy focused on technology, the bill will reshape Mexico's digital governance for decades. It aims to embed social inclusion and digital equity into national policy. The new law prioritizes universal broadband coverage and affordable connectivity. This aligns with last year's constitutional reform that guarantees internet access as a state responsibility. A significant change is the replacement of the Federal Telecommunications Institute with the new Digital Transformation and Telecommunications Agency, ATDT. This agency will regulate public radio spectrum and supervise digital services. The ATDT can grant commercial use concessions for shared telecom services, focusing on public-private partnerships. The bill supports lower usage fees for service providers that make coverage commitments, promoting telecom service provision in underserved areas. Opposition lawmakers have raised alarms regarding provisions in the law that allow authorities to temporarily block digital platforms for regulatory non-compliance. Critics argue that the vague language poses censorship risks. President Sheinbaum has promised to clarify these concerns, stating her administration doesn't intend to censor platforms. Additionally, the legislation prohibits digital platforms from using foreign government-funded ads except for cultural content. Critics like opposition Congresswoman Kenia Lopez Rabadán argue that the hurried passage of this comprehensive 283 article bill poses an attack on freedom of speech. In contrast, supporters argue that conservative opposition has aligned with the telecom industry, creating unaccountable de facto powers. This telecommunications reform bill represents a pivotal moment for Mexico. It attempts to address critical issues while raising essential questions about freedom and censorship in the digital age. Like and subscribe to stay informed about this and other evolving stories in Mexico with Mexico News Daily.